Let's go to Jeremy Kaplan now. Hello, New York.
Hello, Portland. Good morning to you. It's actually afternoon over here in New York, slightly 12:20 for us. Greetings to our audience. Thanks for tuning in. I wanted to talk to you today about this, Android, which I am a big fan of. Oh, goodness, that didn't happen. As many of you know, I'm also a big fan of Android Auto, a familiar, friendly interface, an easy-to-use interface for the head unit, the crap that the car companies have been trying to sell to us. Please bring it on. Which is why I was a little bit dismayed this summer when I accidentally leased a car that didn't have it. It's my own fault, I have to confess. And it's also due partly to the complete confusion at the Nissan car dealership that I went to. I leased a 2018 Nissan Sentra, and every other car in Nissan's lineup for some reason has auto. That's the Maxima, the Leaf, the Murano, the Rogue, the Kick. If you know what that is, all of the other cars have it except for the Nissan Sentra, which my dealer told me it did. So, hey, what are you going to do? It's partly my own fault, of course, and I'm going to suffer and pay the price when I go back and upgrade my car by breaking my lease, which I'm going to do, A, because I'm a dork, but B, because Android Auto is so great. In fact, a whole bunch of changes just came out for Android Auto, which we'll walk through, which make it a little bit easier to use and a little bit more fun. However, I think there's a real problem, a real potential problem, that is, with Android Auto, which could cause our dashboards to become dumpster fires. Hear me out. First, the good news. There are a bunch of changes that are coming out. If you haven't gotten them already, you'll see them in the next couple days to Android Auto, particularly around messaging and music. So one of the big changes is that the music module surfaces to the top of your screen. So you won't have to sift through a whole bunch of notifications from a whole bunch of random apps when you're driving. You just want to see the next thing. You want to go to the next track. This should make it a lot easier for you. And of course, voice control in Android Auto is a great experience. Although frankly, my Nissan does a good job of it. But anyway, you can't talk to an ordinary car the way you can to Android Auto or to CarPlay, by the way. Both great platforms. To your Android, if you're in your Android Auto powered car, you can just say, play me some tracks by Coldplay, and bam, you'll get Coldplay. Great little feature. Another nice function, you can get notifications from group messages now, rather than just messages from single people. And if you pull up to a stop sign or a traffic light, that message will pop up on your display so you can actually read it and see it. Kind of handy. I really like where this is going. However, those are all the good things. There's a real potential downside that has me a little bit worried, and I wanted to talk about it a little bit today. The problem is advertising. And advertising is everywhere in the world at large, of course. You walk outside, you've got billboards blaring at you. You turn the TV or the radio on, you've got commercials coming at you. You go to any website out there, including mine, the Digital Trends website, and you'll see more ads than you really want. Let's face it, they're obnoxious. The one place that we don't have a lot of ads is in our cars. It's a blissful little serene ride, except for from the radio, of course, but for the most part, it's a blissful ride that's an ad-free experience. How long is that going to last? There's a company called Telenav that in January, about a year ago, announced an in-car advertising platform. Think about this. There's been a lot of movement towards location-based computing, location-based information. Picture this. You come up to a stop sign. It's, 12:25 as it is right now. You come up to a stop sign and there's a McDonald's nearby you, and the McDonald's app talks to this Telenav system and pops a little alert up on your display that says, hey, take a right up here and maybe you'll get $2 off your next McNugget. On the one hand, sure, that's convenient. I like convenience. On the other hand, I'm a little tired of ads, as I'm pointing out. I don't know if that's necessarily the best experience or something useful. And I don't know where that company has gone with that product. We haven't heard a lot about it. But it'll be very interesting to see what they say at CES 2019, just a month from now. Meanwhile, keep in mind a couple of other areas where the cockpit, your car, has become more of a retail and advertising space than you might imagine. GM announced a deal about a year ago to let you order beverages and make restaurant reservations through that OnStar system. Again, on the one hand, convenient. I don't mind saying to my OnStar system, place an order, my usual, at the Dunkin' Donuts, and pulling up when I get into the restaurant and just picking up my coffee and my donuts, that's convenient. On the other hand, retail and advertising go hand in hand, and the blending in there of this into this environment where we haven't had it kind of has me a little worried. Especially think about this. In April, Coca-Cola announced a partnership with a company called Cargo. Cargo does retail in vehicles. That's right, they sell stuff in cars. Cargo's focus is on ride sharing. Think Lyft, think Uber. The concept being you open up the app from your back seat, you hit a button, you order a Coca-Cola, you come to a stop and the driver reaches into a little spot, hands it to you in the back seat. Again, convenient. Okay, I guess that's convenient. But now we've got retail in the back seat and we've got ads possibly coming into the front seat. Think about the New York City taxi experience, the same in taxis around the country. There's oftentimes a screen in the back seat already blaring ads at you. So now there's ads and retail in the back seat and in the front seat. Doesn't bode well. I'm especially more concerned about the future here when we talk about self-driving vehicles. A lot of people think about self-driving vehicles as, well, think about the experience of being in a self-driving vehicle. All of a sudden you're not driving, you're really a passenger. And a lot of companies have been talking about changing around the interior of the car entirely, where you don't need back seats and front seats anymore if nobody's driving, right? So you're just in a ordinary environment, like a couch, a lounge-like environment. One of the things that this company, Telenav, has been stressing is that their ads don't pop up when you're driving. They don't want to distract you, which makes a lot of sense. If nobody's driving, there aren't really any boundaries like that. Most of the prototypes that I've seen for cockpits of the future, again, loungy experiences, have a lot of screens and displays. So the point I'm trying to make here, we've already got retail coming into your car. There's advertisements in the back seat. There's advertisements in the front seat. And in the future, I think we're going to see an awful lot of advertisements basically everywhere in there. I like driving my car. I kind of like the privacy that I get from not having those ads in there. We'll see what happens. Convenience is a great thing after all, and I don't want to take away convenience. Just something to keep your eyes on. Meanwhile, I don't know if I'm going to upgrade that Nissan because, I don't know where things are going really. Do I want those ads? We'll see. What do you think? I'd love to hear some feedback. Let me know if you've had these same concerns or if I'm just worrying for no reason. Meanwhile, Greg, I'll send it back to you. Thanks for listening to me, and thanks for hearing me out.